Welcome everyone to race number 5 of the season. We are at the USA, and I am joined for the first time by Milo Gaming for Alpha Racing League.
Hello.
Welcome, Milo.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
So, just to update everyone and just to recap to everyone, what kind of leagues have you done in the past? What kind of leagues have you commentated, raced? What kind of leagues have you done? What's your the racing background? Make sure you have your audio included too.
Yeah, audio is included. I just got really interested into commentating towards the start of the game. I started out doing a Formula 2 league, which was really enjoyable. Then I moved as well to doing, it was a 3-tier league called Downforce Racing Series, which sadly no longer exists anymore.
Yeah,
but I
I
used to
heard.
do that every Sunday evenings. That was good fun. It was very motivating to look around for some new leagues as well when that sadly closed down, but a few more new leagues which I'm going to start to get used to now, and I hope to enjoy these races like I have done so much in the past.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously have a great background or whatever from what I've heard. I mean, you now commentate GSR, you commentate like the leagues that most of these guys are in. I've heard you commentate WOR, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Alright, yeah.
Forgot to mention
Alright. Yeah. But no, I mean, like, that's like the leagues I've heard of, or at least the stuff I've heard of that you've commentated though before. And I mean, I've listened to like the stream yesterday in GSR just to know what I'm prepared for or whatever. But yeah, I know what I'm prepared for now. I believe it was GSR X who just got up to 5th there on the timing charts, and F1 driver, while I was talking, got up to 2nd. So, those guys, those Alfa Romeos boys, are really trying to do what they can. They are 2nd in the constructors. So obviously, Milo, what I would think what they would do is, you know, if they have to work together, you know, to catch up to the pack or whatever. Say if there's like a 5-car train like there was in Brazil, like.
I expect them to be sensible. It's only a 2-point deficit, as I see here, to Racing Point. And the Racing Points are having the best of qualifyings at the moment, so they've kept their head down and focused. They're up to very good qualifying positions right now in 2nd and 5th.
Yeah, I just, in my own opinion, I honestly think with Racing Point, oh, you're echoing. In my own opinion, with Racing Point, you know, their race pace has been showing it's more consistent and showing it's been way better than the whole quali results. Their quali results, they haven't really qualified up the front, but they've avoided the drama and stuff like that. But NFC Ryan, I want to mention something about him. He's like literally like 15th in the world here at USA on Xbox, and he is on 3rd right now. So not the best of runs, but he can probably improve.
Yeah, all the drivers are going to have one more go, a lot of them in the pits. They're just now preparing, probably take some fuel out of their car, fitting the fresh tyres, and getting in the mindset for that final qualifying lap, because there's a lot of positions to be gained if you're towards the back with the 17 drivers participating in this lobby.
Yeah, and obviously we will have 2 more drivers, I believe, coming in because of joining late, if I'm correct. There is Senpai SF90 and there is Kogata, who is joining a little bit late today. So by the end, it should be 19 drivers for the start of the Grand Prix, from what it looks like right now. But no, the top 4 really looks really close right now. Ricochet kind of closer than I thought he would be. Yesterday in GSR, he put on a decent performance and stayed top 4 the whole race. I don't know if he could. I don't know if he could do that here, with how the corner cutting can be sometimes.
Can catch you out a lot, especially if you're battling in the race. You just sort of forget about the track limits. At least I've done this anyway, but that might just be me. You just run a little bit wide, get distracted.
Or you're just not paying attention as much.
Start accumulating these warnings, yeah.
That might be something that could affect these drivers. They might not be paying attention as much to like the track limits. They might be thinking or whatever, because it's like the exit of the S's, I believe it is, in Sector 1, it's like the final S or whatever of Sector 1. It's like people kind of like trip over the curb a little bit, just on the right side, and then because of that, they mess up. I obviously want to mention something as there is a yellow flag. I want to mention Um, this timing delay, I don't know if you noticed or whatever as a spectator and as a commentator, the time or whatever on the side or whatever is delayed or whatever. That's
Yes.
been the way it's
Yeah.
been. And it does get quite annoying, but hopefully for F1 2020, Codemasters can make a slightly better game with that type of stuff. But obviously, I think with the track map, I think they're trying to... What we're looking for in the spectator menu, maybe we could have something else added in F1 2020. I think you could probably agree on that. We might have something else added with the looks of it
Yeah.
now. But the question is, what will it be?
Um, could be just something as simple as just that little bit of extra data. Maybe fill up that bottom left corner, give us some statistics or strategy information. I'd really like to see that personally. I don't know about you.
There's something for the spectator menu and maybe the driver menu and a few stuff I'd like to see in F1 2020, in my own opinion, as we do reach the corner of the end of the qualifying and we do reach the end of the corner of the 2020 season in F1 and just the 2020 F1 game that is coming out probably in June, if that's when it's going to come out. Starting from the pit lane, if drivers don't qualify, obviously there's 2 drivers here today. ODW faster, but there's 2 drivers here today who missed qualifying or whatever, and they're gonna have a chance to race in the race. Why don't they start from the pit lane? I know that'd be hard for Codemasters to do, but like at the same time, who knows how hard it could be, as Sam C does get up to 8th. That's just the thing, like with the spectator menu, like I think there would be better chargers through the field if people started from the pit lane, in my own opinion.
And if you obviously get a wrong setup or something, which is easy to do for some people, can be a little bit forgetful with their
Hold up,
setups.
sorry to cut in there. Houndoom just got affected. I don't know if he got invalid, but he got affected by GSR Hamilton's car being retired there on the racing line there.
Somebody
turn
slow.
2. Yeah, he's now slowing down because he knows he's not going to have another chance at a lap, so he's probably going to qualify back at 10th or 11th, depending on how drivers do. And yeah, he's going to retire it.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I think he was a bit frustrated there with GSR Hamilton. I think that's going to be probably a review distorting later on. But I wonder who's on a lap here. Who's going to do better on their lap? F1 driver. That's the same amount of gap or whatever it was last week at Brazil between Tax and DW. So 13 1,000ths again. Is that going to be the gap?
But looking at NUFC, Ryan, he's a little bit down in his Sector 1 split as he's about to come into the Sector 2 split. Should see it now.
Ooh, 48.
He's about half a tenth up.
Rapalucas to the line, 5th. Good job to the Poland driver. Iron X, 56 1,000ths up. Can he beat Alabama Outlaw or Rapalucas? You know, there are a decent amount of Americans at this home Grand Prix. Alabama Outlaw is retired. Senpai SF90 is technically American also, but German. He came from Germany but moved to America. And the thing is with him, he's going to consider this a home race. Nufsy Ryan does get faster, but extends his gap from 3rd. Iron X, did he get invalid there? I don't know. Coming through the front corner? He must have gotten invalid or messed up there.
Yeah,
PSR
went very
Norris.
slow up to the line.
Can he start in the top 10? F1 driver, he can improve, obviously, but PSR Norris, 8th. And it's going to be F1 driver on pole. He don't need to do another lap, he knows. 13 1,000ths for the 2nd week running for the pole position. Crazy how that happens. How it's the same gap 2 weeks in a row.
I expect a very good race now with this gap at the top and between some various other drivers down the field with their small margins to each other as well. So hopefully my first race content can be a very good one.
And hopefully we don't see the safety cars appear too much, because obviously, and when you commentated GSR yesterday, it seemed like the safety car or the virtual appeared a little bit too much.
Yes, it did.
Because I watched some of the incidents, like there were at least 1 or 2 incidents that should have caused a safety car with how it was more effective, but like there were like 3 incidents that did, which made no sense.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously with the virtuals, you know, there was like 1 of them that I feel like was needed. So, I mean, there were some that were needed, there were others that just were useless, but at least at the same time, they're using the ones that are slightly needed in a way. But F1 driver
Yes.
on pole again. I believe he stole pole from DW. I believe it was in Belgium, and he battled and gone on to win Belgium off of penalties with DW, and he battled him the whole race back in Spa. He beat him this time for pole. Let's go down through the top 10 of the running order. F1 driver on pole. DW second. Nufsy Ryan third. Ricochet fourth. Rapalucas fifth. Alabama Outlaw, the highest starting American in their home Grand Prix. GSRX, Iron X, 7th. TSR Norris, 8th. Oh, and I didn't get to see the rest, but, like, Houndoom's 10th. That's all I know. I don't even know his 9th. So, that's...
I think it was Sam Steed in 9th.
I
think.
probably. I think
That might be wrong.
Because I remember him being up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if you
Still getting
watched
the migraine.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
you
apologize
continue.
for cutting on. I don't know if you watched on like the formation lap yesterday, but obviously we going through the ones to watch for, and we had seen, who the drivers really were or whatever to watch for, and it really turned out that way or whatever. Do you want to go back with 4 drivers being the ones to watch out for, and going back to being the one or whatever? Like one person says one, and like you say the other, and I say one and you say the other. Do you want to do that for us to watch? Feel like that's fair?
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Because I felt like that was way much better than just me saying it in the tier 2 race. Couldn't think for a moment. But with how the F1 2020 game is gonna go, I feel like I don't know if you remember back on F1 2017 how you were kind of able to look back a little bit. If you're reviewing like the onboard or whatever, if you're reviewing the onboard of the driver, you were able to look back. As some drivers are starting on mediums. Polo got back there. I can't tell who's back there. I think it's sent by SF90 who's back there. In 18th. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Alright. I was just making sure because I wanted to know. Alright, but back to the everyone. I think we can agree the top 4 are the ones to watch out for today. F1 driver on pole position. He won back in Spa when he won pole position. Can he do it today? I mean, he beat DW by 13 thousandths. It's definitely going to be a close one between the Alfa Romeo and the McLaren.
Obviously, the top 2 with that small qualifying margin. I expect them to battle hard. Expect them to take risks under any safety car periods, which obviously we do expect with this new update. And then looking down the order, 15th place, we've got DAR Polo God. He's the leading medium car, so it'll be interesting to see what he does if things go his way. If he can survive the lap 1 incidents, if safety cars don't ruin him, and his long stint on mediums. We'll just have to wait and see. I cannot predict it at this moment in time.
Nufsy Ryan is 15th in the world at USA. Going into this race, obviously everyone thought, why is he here? He's going to win this race by so much. He's going to dominate it. But he qualified 3rd. Is that quali pace going to turn into better race pace or whatever? And maybe beat DW and F1 driver off the line. Who knows what could happen there? And obviously, lastly, you can go over Ricochet, who you think, what you saw from GSR yesterday, what you think he could do.
I saw it. I noticed he was clean. He had that raw speed in him. So if he can just stick with these leaders, then, well, he has a chance of a podium today, no doubt.
And depending on how the safety cars and virtual safety cars do go, this could obviously change the race in any direction or whatever. It could change it from, like, say, lap 17 or whatever. It gets boring. It gets, like, a boring stint or whatever. Nothing really is happening. Obviously, it could change in just moments or whatever just because of a safety car or a crash happening on track. Alright, so we should get the start soon. Obviously, sometimes there is a start delay. So we will notice that. We'll see. Take that into consideration. 5 red lights are upon us here in America. We are ready to get this show on the road in Austin, Texas. Lights are out and away we go. F1 driver gets off the line and Nufsy Ryan got better and he's going to split him 3 wide. And now Ricochet's there right behind but heading through the front of the field and there's a big crash. That's Silly Raves out. And this is going to cause a virtual safety car already.
It was the McLaren. It was.
Oh, they're still making contact.
It was Adam and a racing point of Silly Raves.
Whoa.
That I saw just watching the back incidents, but Ryan off the line though. NUFC Ryan splitting F1 driver and Dylan has taken the lead off the start. Good launch.
You know, I think, in my own opinion, like with Nufsy Ryan, with how he was off that start, this could be something he can improve on in better in other races and get better at. I think with his start today or whatever, with splitting them in the middle, that was kind of like Raikkonen's start in 2018 that really shocked everyone, that he gained a position off the line for like the first time in like almost 2 years. That was something that I think shocked everyone. Right there with Nufsy Ryan, he literally got off the line immediately, and it looked like to that point where Nufsy Ryan was going to be able to challenge them and maybe get up to second at most, but he's going to try to pass someone. But back to Green Flag Racing.
Green Flag Racing, TSR Axe. Goes around the outside of TSR Norris. TSR Norris does have some damage though, so that was a very easy pass.
Lucas trying it too. He's going to help him.
Yeah, he's got it done.
And something I want to mention, there's a lot of teams I think that need a good day in constructors to stay in the fight. Yeah, this is not going to help Norris at all. They're going to have to pass him. They're going to have to get by. Gets his teammate by, but he is in a good position to go through the pits now. But he doesn't choose to. Oh, no, he does. But he's going to miss it almost. Or get a penalty for it. Because usually people who go down there usually do. But Adam Fav was involved in that first lap virtual safety car. Step by SF90 didn't really gain much out of it. But Kogata did. Nufsy Ryan is still close to... Oh, God. You're gonna
yeah, it's Adam that got a penalty as well. He had to serve that in the pit lane. He's put on hards with Gautier and TSR Norris has opted for the softs. Interesting.
Yeah, Rave's taken out there for, I believe, the 3rd race in a row where, like, he's just had bad luck. I don't know whose fault that was, but I kind of do feel bad for Raves and Kogata. Callum battling. Going back and forth. But down this back straight, you're going to see some crazy battles. Nufsy Ryan is gaining on F1 driver. Bam on Ricochet. Let's watch these two. Oh, there's like contact between those two, I believe. But Iron Axe is behind Rapalucas now, and he's just waiting in the wings. Let's look at who's gained the most positions out of this. Kogata at 6. 5 for Callum. 4 for Polo God.
4 for Polo Guards as well. He started on the mediums, remember, so he's still that leading medium runner. Only 3/10 behind a points position right now.
Now, I'm just looking from 4th on back to like around 9th. Do you think we're going to have a long train like this during the race or whatever and keep it like this? That's Ryan.
It all links to the likelihood of safety cars again. There's a lot.
Oh,
there's a lot of queuing.
Oh, sorry to cut in there. F1 driver just kind of moved under braking and got down the inside of DW, forcing him slightly off the racetrack. But Nufsy Ryan's got to take advantage of that. I don't know if you were watching that, but that was an incredible move.
I just saw it.
And Renault really needing a good day here. Last in the constructor standings, 20 points. Just by this right now, they could easily pass Toros and Williams and maybe get close to Red Bull. I don't know about past Red Bull, but they can get close to Red Bull by the looks of it right now. And something's happened to Polo God. He just got passed.
Oh. He's got passed twice. It was 11th, so... Actually, 3 cars are passed.
Oh, Bama.
He's down to 14th.
Bama going slightly wide, and this is going to affect him off the corner, but Ricochet's going to gain now. And down this back straight, Nufsy Ryan does have DRS and F1 driver. We're going to watch this a little bit, too. We're going to watch through the midfield. Nufsy Ryan thinking about the inside. DW thinking about the inside, but Ricochet and Bama going wheel to wheel, heading into Sector 3 start. And now they do make contact, but Rapalucas is looking to get involved in this battle, but he's also looking to be patient because he knows any move like this could cause a safety car or could cause damage.
It's an entire train from 4th down to 8th, and then Sam Steed as well, closing up. So we've got a whole battle for P4 in this race, and the 3-car fight, all within a second for P1 as well.
This has been the way it's been in the races in the opening laps. It's been the opening 5 or 6 laps, at least in Bahrain. It looked like we had like a 4-car train that was going to last maybe the whole race or whatever with how competitive people were, but it just didn't really last. But Nufsy Ryan has successfully completed the pass and got away from DW, but Nufsy Ryan's traction is just so much better.
Yeah, he's just so much more confident as well.
Nufsy Ryan did hop over the curb that I was talking about, the little right curb or whatever. He did hop over it, but I don't know if he got a warning or not. I would check that, actually. I'm gonna do that. He did get a warning last lap, but he didn't get a warning this lap. He was lucky enough to get away with it. Callum with a penalty. Houndoom on Iron X now for 7th. Iron X is kind of falling away from that train, and Sam Seed is also falling away a little bit too, but there is also a 3-car train between Callum, Polo God, and Hamilton. Nufsy Ryan's gaining on the F1 driver who's on AI. I think F1 driver's back, but they're going wheel to wheel heading into this type of hairpin. 90-degree corner. Rapper Lucas by Alabama Outlaw, the American. Nufsy Ryan battling F1 driver. These two going wheel to wheel. And there's contact between the two. And that gets damage for F1 driver. I don't think, yeah, F1 driver's not happy about that, making contact with him, but DW is looking to go 3 wide. This is not going to work in this corner. He's not going to be able to go full speed. DW's going to get around him almost. But he's just getting held up now.
Thinks better of it.
The Sector 3 and Sector 1 is like one of the worst sectors with wing damage. He's going to be lucky enough if he didn't get too much, but his in plate is off.
He stays out though, and he's got DRS on the leader. While all this is happening, Ricochet closing up as well as into turn 1 runs deep.
FC Ryan's going to come back. They're on the outside. He's making this impressive, but through the S's, it's really going to affect him. These two going side by side and wheel to wheel in the S's. And F1 driver's going to get the advantage there. Just from wing damage. That was an amazing overtaking.
DW's gone off.
He was just able to get that done with wing damage. You would expect Sector 1 to be bad, but if F1 driver has a wheel, I think that was what gave him the advantage. Houndoom by Axe. Wow. These two just put on a show.
I was not expecting that.
Oh, Polo God.
Oh, safety car deployed. We have a safety car. It's DAR Polo God.
He has had a lot of bad luck the last three races. And after that finish in Bahrain that he had that was really good, it just has not gone Polo God's way at all, and he's just, off the track. Was it due to contact or not? I don't know. But that's their first safety car of Tier 1.
I'll try and see if anyone has damage. It was Callum and GSR Hamilton, that group he was fighting with. But I'm getting really poor camera angles.
Callum does not.
Don't see any wing damage from this group.
What
so
I might be
he's just completely
put
it in the wall in his own.
I really interrupted you a lot there, but in my own opinion, from what I feel like right now under this the safety car, what happened to Polo God, I feel like he maybe clipped the curb or got a little bit wide and collision with DW for Rappalucas, and there's pitting already. Yeah, I was gonna say we were gonna see pit stops around lap 9 or lap 8. Oh, Rappalucas has damage because he ran on the pit wall. He ran on the right side.
Oh,
he has damage on that right side. Is he gonna repair it though? Is he gonna have enough time to? And yeah, he's gonna have.
Yeah, they've got a wing for him.
5-second penalty.
But
that's right.
Penalty as well.
Callum. FC Ryan and Ricochet and Callum all stay out, but Callum has a drive-through.
Is that for speeding?
Yeah, and Callum's left the session, but we're gonna invite him back. Just looking back, I'm just trying to see where he is. He is offline. That may be one of the reasons he may have lagged out. But this does really bunch a lot of people together. I was surprised to see the safety car happen, but we had a lot of good racing for 3 or 4 laps in a row after that virtual. It was just back and forth.
But despite his wing damage, F1 driver is in a net P2 here after making a pit stop onto those hard tyres. So after holding that fight with NUSC Ryan, it really didn't affect him at all, that wing damage with this safety car.
And obviously the safety car is going to help people. Oh, Paul God is a little bit upset about himself. He does say he needs to sort himself out. I understand that because like the last few league races for him have not been good, and DW's got a penalty. Maybe that could get removed.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously during the GSR race, you saw a few corner cutting penalties under the safety cars. So yeah, yeah, right there, right as I say it.
Yeah. Yep.
You just cut a corner slightly under the safety car, and it just doesn't like you. You used to get away with it, I think, on F1 2018, if I'm correct.
Yes, I think you used to.
But now it's just being more stricter on it, and now it's just changing throughout it, and it's just, yeah. But you know who really need a good day? I know Callum's not in the session, but Callum and Toro Rosso really need a good day here today, as I believe that's Nelson Ryan coming in.
Yeah,
He's
it
gonna
is.
lose a lot of spots. But obviously we know how he charged through the field in Brazil. Obviously, that could be something we could see today. USA is not a really track you could charge through the field or whatever, unless your name's like Max Verstappen, I guess. But I mean, we've seen it before.
In a quicker car.
We've seen it twice. But the thing is, like Nufsy Ryan has a lot of drivers through the midfield who he is faster than, but it's only like 5 or 6 tenths sometimes that he is faster than through the midfield. But he does come out 17th.
That's a lot of positions to gain.
Yeah,
He's really been ruined by the safety car and not pitting the first time around. Now all of this train.
You cannot expect or whatever to get up through 17th or whatever. Max Verstappen started 16th and finished P4 because of the last lap penalty that he had. Obviously, we saw yesterday in Tier 2 someone got a penalty from just really... Oh, Senpai almost hitting someone on a safety car. But they're really checking up here. They're going side by side a lot. I don't know who's really stacking them up or whatever, but someone is stacking them up. I don't know if it's Callum's AI, but obviously, like I was back to saying, you can't just expect to be back there and like expect to get back to the front like that. He's going to have to charge his way through the field. Callum, you have to pit. Ricochet, you have to pit. Because I don't know if Ricochet's assuming, oh, whoa, we have a little collision on the safety car. It's Callum's AI stopped. Yeah, he's got to get back in the session.
This is... That's caused some wing damage further down the order. And if I'm correct, the safety car should be coming in this lap. It usually does after 3 laps on this game.
Right now.
Should see it now. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, there's 2 guys yet to pit right now, but there's also people who pitted on the first lap. There were 2 of them. They're checking up back here. Senpai got a penalty for exceeding check limits. A lot of them going side by side. I don't know if they're going to illegal overtakes or keep the positions they are in. I really wonder. Ricochet probably should be going here by around turn 18 or whatever, by the exit of there. And yeah, another penalty for colliding under safety car. People have got to be careful because, like, obviously with how people are pushing it under safety car could be turned off or whatever later in the season because of how people are driving under it. Obviously, I said a lot there, but yeah.
With my own league, you know, just all the penalties, the constant urge to get them removed. Yeah, I did.
These guys are going to be affected. I did too.
I'm going to try again.
Well, here we go back to green flag racing. Sam Steed gets past. Yellow flag, though. And there is a Racing Point pitting. Callum is not pitting, though. So it's gonna hold up a lot of people. A lot of people who got affected under that safety car are really going to be affected now. And there's going to be a train, at least through some parts of the field. It's going to stay that way like it was earlier. There's a train from 5th to 8th. And maybe Callum, or maybe whoever passes Callum could get involved. But we'll see. And yeah, Kogata getting by Callum, but Gautier's going to get involved in a bad position here. Yeah, he's really going to get stuck behind. He needs to be patient because he knows that AI will check up.
All the way around the outside.
Senpai penalty. Yeah, I think DW, like, I don't think he should really focus on, like, getting by King Homer or Ricochet here. Because the thing is, like, he's just got to be more focused on pulling away from F1 driver and having the better ERS. But here comes Atlantis on Stampseed. Oh, he's going out to the red. He's really defending here. See, on the straight, they're going wheel to wheel. Side by side. Slight contact. They get away with it. Senpai past Gautier there. And Nufsy Ryan already up to 10th, I want to mention. From that safety car, he's back there in 17th. A lot of people pitted, though, so that is true. about that.
Four
That's what you're
drivers
gonna say.
came in, and then he had.
Scout's here.
Oh,
Was it
a
contact
virtual
with Callum?
safety car again.
Yeah, that's the second time. Was it contact with Callum though, or his AI at least? Is that what it could
I
have been?
thought he got past him, but then I noticed as well he made a mistake, conceded that position to NUFC Ryan, so it could be
Ooh.
with NUFC Ryan as well.
If you look at his
That's
car
an
on the
awkward
map,
place.
he's spun around backwards though. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
an awkward
really
place.
wondering. I'm just really wondering, was he spun into a barrier? That's my question. And Ricochet is pitting. DW penalty for multiple warnings. That's like his second penalty under the virtual safety car, but he's back to green.
That was very quick.
I think I understand why they're giving penalties, because I think there was like a glitch or whatever back in F1 2018. If they didn't hand out penalties like this, that people would always cut under the virtual safety car or whatever to gain time, or at least try to, and they would only give like a warning or whatever. I feel like that's
Yeah.
what they did. But like now, that's why there's so many penalties under the safety car. I feel like we have like a 6-car train here. Kogata,
same sort of thing.
Botas. They're trying to get by Sam Steed, who's lagging slightly.
No
And they just
DRS
have to get
just
by.
yet. So
Because
the
they can't
safety
just
car
they
period.
can't just sit behind. Apologize there for cutting in. Yeah, I don't know if Sam Steed's actually lagged out or whatever, but he's Iron Axe at the back of
Yeah.
Rapalucas, and whoa, there's a lot of lag here, so they're gonna have to be careful, and they're gonna have to get around Sam Steed. But Hamilton and Kogata going wheel to wheel, a little bit of forcing off race.
NUFC Ryan, P8.
He's gonna take advantage of this. He's gonna go down the inside, but
Oh!
whoa, he's getting squeezed. And he's gonna be careful going around the outside there, because he knows GSR Hamilton was slightly still there, but does he have damage? I don't think so.
Don't
Doesn't
think he
look like it.
does. But he's in
There's
this
just such a-
train to get back up to P3.
Atlantis does have damage, I think he does. No, he doesn't. Never mind. I just didn't see the end plate. But there's just such a pack from like third on back. It's back to Nufsy Ryan or whatever. It was back to Senpai and GSR Hamilton, but GSR Hamilton was losing positions. So, wow. Any clips you guys do have recorded, please make sure you send them into the Discord or record them after the race so I can grab them. GSRX going side by side with Rapalucas now. This is for 5th, and he does go around the
Oh.
outside.
That was a good move.
Iron X, now the highest American in this race. He's really pulling it off. And look at the two Haas's going wheel to wheel almost. There's such
NUFC
a
Ryan
battle.
up to
Nufsy Ryan
P6.
protecting. Wow. This has been such... Oh, Sector 2. What's happened there? Don't
I
know.
can't quite see.
It's cleared
Another
up now.
virtual safety car. It's the third one.
Wow. What's it
And the
for,
race
though?
was neutralized again. I don't know. I don't see anyone on the mini map.
I
Oh,
know.
Sorry, on the full track map. Oh, it's GSR Hamilton. He was
Oh,
on the
he
straight.
retired.
He just stopped on the straight.
No, he just retired. He pressed retire. I think he was getting tired. No, he didn't. He DNF'd. Never mind. I don't know.
Should get
No,
back
he did
underway
retire.
shortly.
He did retire by the game. I don't know if that's why, but like he did retire after the virtual safety car did come out though. So Sam Steed and these guys got to really keep a good gap to each other. Make sure they don't speed under the virtual safety car. I know you want to still stay closer to their driver, but obviously like you've got to judge at the same time that, you know, you can't just stay close with people. You got to still make sure you have a decent speed. Sam Steed is coming in late though. He chose a late decision. Drive-through penalty for Alabama Outlaw.
Yeah, he's gone really
Back
wide
green.
there.
Oh, and DW is really pulling away from F1 driver there. He really got the advantage from that. Oh, contact between Axe and Atlantis. Nufsy Ryan takes advantage. And now he's back into a podium position almost. He's really slicing and dicing his way through the field. Atlantis needs a good run for Torosso today because Callum's not really going to have it. Callum could possibly get a DNR for obviously staying in AI if he's not back or whatever. If he's not back, that won't be good. Because obviously we've seen before that has been a penalty. People who just leave the race or whatever intentionally or don't come back without a reason, at least. They're still DRS enabled, but Nufsy Ryan is going to have the advantage. But look at the ERS or whatever between, like, just in general with these guys up to 3rd to 6th.
He's got the move done. Easy pass with the DRS. but will he be able to chase down F1 driver, potentially DW, because that gap
Oh, Atlantis!
has shrunk a little bit.
He got a
Is
lot of
contact there?
understeer or oversteer there. No, it was just a lot of oversteer and understeer off of the right-hander before you get into like the sharp degree, 90-degree type of turns. He just like turned so much. He just got loose there in the beginning of Sector 3. Iron Axe is still closer, and he's the highest American right now as of right now. I mean, that's pretty cool to have, but Nufsy Ryan, fastest lap there. And what we saw from Nufsy Ryan last race was pretty impressive because he kept getting fastest lap over fastest lap over fastest lap as Atlantis and Iron X go side by side. He got 4 fastest laps in a row, and he kept improving on his time. He was the most consistent driver, probably the whole season, I'd say, that has raced or whatever. And Atlantis messing up the S's, but Rapalucas may take advantage, and Rapalucas gets a penalty. I saw that coming.
Haas running 6th and 7th, though. That is 14 points. If my math is correct.
Yes. Excluding
Yes,
fastest
good.
lap if they get it in the end. Obviously, pole is a point too, but F1 driver did get DRS there, but it just wasn't enough, and there's a 4-car train now for 5th. I don't know if there still would be a train or whatever if it weren't for the VSC or safety cars, but Rapalucas diving down the inside. Later braking. That's what Rapalucas wanted. He got by. But Atlantis is still going to challenge back, though. And Senpai SF90 was in the mix or whatever for taking away the new Haas seat or whatever because Josh SO4 had left the league or whatever before today or whatever. It was like last night, I think it was. He had left the league or whatever. He raced 2 races, though. So, obviously, the new Haas seat will be talked about, though. And that was something we never talked about. Senpai SF90 was one of the drivers being talked about as one of the drivers who could steal that seat or whatever way. But obviously, Rapalucas is waiting on performance. Another fastest lap.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. I was watching his Sector 2 split, and he was another 2-3 tenths up on his time. And he has taken a good 2 seconds out of those leading 2 since he escaped that pack.
F1 driver did get a penalty there. I don't know where that was, but it may have been toward the exit of the S's or the beginning of Sector 2, because obviously that's a common place to get penalties. But I want to mention the positions gained. 10 positions for Senpai SF90. He's been stuck through traffic. He's been caused with these virtual safety cars and safety cars. Norris is out. That might be a safety car. No, it's in the pits. Never mind. It won't be.
Yep.
It will not be a safety car. But
Nice safety
Senpai on
timing.
Atlantis. These 2 raced back in URA, back in F1 2018, so they know what it's like going wheel to wheel. But Senpai is going to get the DRS, and Atlantis is going to have the straight line speed, though. And look at how much he's caning on him, though. With just no DRS and barely, like, the ERS difference is, like, so much. At least another 30% between them. But I want to mention, there was a rule later on this, or it was a DNF procedure. I tagged everyone. It was Friday night or whatever. We had talked about the new DNF procedure because if people try to retire or whatever, you know, they might just crash into a barrier because they just, you know, need to go. But obviously I mentioned like retiring in the pit lane if you have to go or retiring like that, you know. Something I want to mention though, Nufsy Ryan was 9 seconds back whenever he got by Atlantis there with that battle. 6.6 seconds now. He's doing what he did in Brazil, but obviously he's not having as much of a charge to the field as he did. But he was back there. So I want to see what the stint is going to be like or whatever. I want to see if people are going to pit again. Obviously, Callum will. I know he will. But obviously, will he stay in AI with Nufsy Ryan really tripping over those curbs? Rapalucas sideways. Losing time to Iron Axe. F1 driver is getting close to the back straight. These two have around the same ERS, but I don't know if it's going to affect them. It's going to matter who uses the most. And they are using the same amount. Hunter passed by Adam. F1 driver's gaining and gaining and gaining and heading into the 90-degree angle turn. Was that his only chance or whatever this lap?
He's just been sitting behind him, waiting for the right opportunity. No risks being taken here, but NUFC Ryan's still gaining. Oh, bit of action at the back. Atlantis and Ricochet.
Now he's King Homer gonna cross him back. No, he's not. So yeah, he stays ahead there, but Senpai is gonna gain on Kogata this time, or is he gonna charge through the field, or charge to gain him? Excuse me, charge to gain on him. But a lot of drivers are still close. Rappalucas and Iron Axe are still close, and obviously Senpai SF90 kind of in his home race too. At the same time, he kind of has two of them. He kind of is up there, but so is Houndum and Alabama Outlaw not really having the best of races. We have one American out though.
This is definitely the
Bama
closest F1 driver has been, though. This is his best opportunity to take the lead.
DW does get more of an exit, but obviously the ERS difference. I don't know who's used what this past lap, but he's just got the slipstream now, and this is what he needs. This is going to be the battle between the two. Senpai SF90 picks up a penalty, but look how much farther they're ahead of Nussie Ryan. If they just don't battle this out too much, I think they can pull away or whatever to the point in the stint where, obviously, I know they're on different tires, but in this stint, they could probably pull away to the point where they create a big enough gap if they work together.
Gaps come down to 5 seconds.
But no, like I was gonna mention other safety cars or whatever. Some races were ruined by it in tier 2. If there is another safety car, who knows? 14 drivers still left in this race. Oh, there's a car coming out of the pits. It's Callum's AI. This is really gonna screw someone over. Yeah, there you go. That almost did with them. Yeah, Callum needs to rejoin the session, or he's probably gonna be penalized with a DNR, which is really strong, and that's not good. Because I've mentioned it before, you don't just leave the race or whatever and don't join back. He's still online. And he still was racing, but yeah. DW's picked up a time penalty now.
Is that his first one? I think it might
I don't know.
be.
It might be a second.
I'll
no,
have a
because
look.
remember
Oh,
the safety
no.
cars? Safety cars.
5-second time
That's
penalty. And
There was
I
someone
think
in
he's
the
got
safety.
2 3-second penalties, so that's 11 seconds right now.
Rappalucas picked up
F1
one. I know
driver
Adam Fab
with,
is-
I think he's
Oh,
got
Bama.
8 seconds worth. And NUFC Ryan with
Rappalucas.
3 seconds worth.
On Iron Axe now. This is for 4th and 5th position. Rappalucas does get by. Rappalucas actually has the most podiums in this league. If he can maybe have another safety car, could he get a podium possibly out of this?
With the
He's been known to do
penalties.
this.
With the penalties people have got the front, maybe he could. Let's check. Oh no. Yeah, I think Rappalucas has I think 11 seconds worth of penalties as well.
FC Ryan's usually one of the most consistent drivers when it comes to penalties and just driving on the racetrack. I think he should be the one to get the advantage out of DW and F1 driver if anyone does, honestly. Because DW is going to be back there anyway because of penalties. But is he gonna try to serve them or whatever? Is he gonna try to appeal them? Obviously, Ricochet is close to Senpai SF90. Senpai SF90 from starting back there and having not so much luck from the safety cars and virtuals. From just having that, he's got up to 7th. He's had a decent run today, so good job to him. Ricochet, penalty. So not really as much as a train as I expected, Milo, because like I honestly expected a little bit of a train after the safety car to develop, but obviously people have just pulled away from each other. But obviously there's still that 2-second gaps. If anyone messes up, like yesterday in the tier 2 race at the end of the sprint race, obviously anything could change.
Lead has changed. Sorry to interrupt. It was just the same procedure down the inside. This lead is going to keep on changing.
Oh, it is, and these two battled back and forth of Belgium because these two really just went back and forth with the lead the whole race and made contact a decent amount. But obviously, look at the penalty right there. You just clipped the orange curb or whatever. That was really unfair. I think if Iron X and Alfa Romeo both finish top 5 this race or whatever, I think that's a good home race for Iron X or whatever as an American.
Yeah.
I think that's something he's got to be appreciative about, as this lead has changed. There's the yellow flag where it is the McLaren, and it's Houndoom and him colliding in the barrier.
Again.
This looks literally like Lance Stroll.
That's a lot of.
And Carlos Sainz from 2017 Bahrain. That's what it looked like when they were colliding there in the barrier. Oh, wow. This is not good.
That was an awful lot of debris on the track. I'm surprised, for like realism purposes, that's not a safety car. But
well, at least a virtual.
Yeah.
No, and that was like very far off the track, so maybe the game kind of ignored that. I don't know. Iron X does have really good ERS here. He saved a lot of it. This might be why he's losing to Rapalucas here. But this DRS, though, and the ERS, and if he just gets the slipstream just right, he may get the advantage here on Rapalucas heading into the corner and Houndoom's out.
That's another retirement.
Pit lane. Pit lane retirement. I think he wasn't too happy. I don't mind people just retiring in the pit lane, but if they're just retiring like on purpose, like, that's not like the best. But obviously it's better than just crashing out on track and causing a virtual or a safety car. That's obviously better. But 13 drivers left in the race. Technically 12 if GSR Callum doesn't return. Iron X has really saved those ERS or whatever, saved the ERS or whatever for the front straight, and really just the long back straight.
Big slide for Iron Axe. At turn
and
19.
another AI driver coming out of the pits. No, that's not an AI driver. That's a lap car now. Hopefully, hopefully instead of the tier 2 race, we actually have a lap car that lets drivers go and return to the track safely. But DW really got those S's pretty smoothly. FC Ryan's gained a lot. He's within 3 seconds now. Will any of these guys
come down to the tires, though?
But yeah, just not close enough, and this is the only DRS type of battle. But W's really kept the slipstream with him, and he just really got the entry. But F1 driver is now getting exits. It used to be DW who got the exits, but on these older tires, I don't know if he's just struggling or not. I apologize if you hear me typing in the background. I'm just typing in the Discord chat because of stuff that is going on or whatever. Oh, and DW is still within DRS range, but Kogata does have penalties. Obviously, I don't know how much penalties F1 driver has. He has a 5-second time penalty and 2 other penalties. That's the same with DW, so they're equal on penalties, and I think that's something they would like to hear. But FC Ryan only has 1 penalty. Can he come out of this race and win it? That's a question.
I think he can. The consistency
even on track,
today has been on point.
Not just off of penalties, but I think on track he possibly can, because look how much he's just gained in this last type of lap.
Make those moves.
He's definitely going to get within DRS range, but there is a lap car coming up. It's a McLaren.
That'll be
Some by SF90 gets the fastest lap. DW right behind F1 driver. Gautier's left the session now. Sure, he's still mad about what happened to him, but obviously Rapalucas and Iron Axe, they've just been so close to each other. But is Rapalucas going to maybe get off of penalties, because they do have a 5-second... They technically have 11 seconds, but Rapalucas does have 11 seconds also. Unless well, Rapalucas did serve that, though, so he is going to be fine. But Iron Axe, 3 penalties.
Another addition I'd like to see to the spectator menu as well is just penalties, not having to flick through into the race director to see that. We were talking about this earlier towards the end of qualifying. But yeah, that's just another little addition I would think of off the top of my head.
Axe and Ricochet pitting at the end. And what is this going to do for them? Can they charge to the field? I think Rabbi Lucas got that bigger gap or whatever of where he was or whatever. I don't know. But look at Nefsy Ryan's within DRS range now. And he has the best DRS out of all these guys. So he's going to be enjoying himself right here.
Yeah.
Obviously, anything could still happen or whatever in this race or whatever. F1 driver and DW still close to each other, but not battling as much as they did in Spa. And that McLaren they are catching of Adam Fav, but Adam is on more fresher tires. It's going to show their true pace between them. Who knows? But obviously, DW is head admin of the league. He's really, really helped with like recruiting and just getting drivers to be in the league more often. But obviously, some, like especially the Mercedes drivers, aren't really enjoying it as much anymore. There are some clean drivers still here, and obviously there are still some moments. I'm gonna try to have another talk with people about cleaning it or like turning it down on lap 1, because like lap 1 has been a little bit aggressive or whatever lately, and it's just been that way. I mean, you're not really gonna change much about drivers being aggressive and like maybe forcing each other off the track, but you're gonna change or whatever the mindset of people being impatient or whatever, because there's just been like drivers who've been impatient or whatever, and drivers who've just like kind of pushed the issue a lot in moments they shouldn't, and moments they should just wait to push the issue. Adam Fav with a time penalty. Nefsy Ryan may have got a warning there. No, but obviously as this race might be getting a little bit more boring. I mean, Senpai SF90 has came back or whatever. He put on the soft tire. He did a 2-stop, I believe. Let me look at the stops. Yeah, he's done actually, yeah, a 2-stop there, and he's back there just close behind Alabama Outlaw. But DW is like really back on the traction. He's just messing up a little bit, and now this is gonna get Nefsy Ryan the ERS advantage he needs and the slipstream advantage he needs. DW is losing a little bit of time and not gaining as much time to F1 driver as he was earlier. Nefsy Ryan down the inside. He made the move, but DW is gonna come right back. But the question is, will he come right back though? That's the thing. That's what he needs. He needs to come right back. Nefsy Ryan is just giving him a lot of really good pressure.
That was a really good move. Late and brave. Down the inside. No hesitation. Inch perfect.
Raves, that might be a glitch for you, but the title name, it might be a glitch. So don't be surprised if it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Senpai SF90 on Sam Steed right now down the backstretch. Heading into that type of hairpin. And Sam Steed and Senpai SF90. These two have been battling all race. Not really all race, but ever since the stint or whatever that Senpai went on the softs.
Yeah.
Oh, and DW off the track. DW's losing time. Does he have damage? No, he doesn't. GSR Axe with the fastest lap. He does take that away. So Alfa Romeo getting an extra point, but he's definitely catching Atlantis now. And obviously, Kogata's on more of the medium tire that is really just fading away. Iron Axe is just on the soft tire. Is he going to become inconsistent, or is he going to just really help here? Nefsy Ryan's charged through the field. Nefsy Ryan, he's going to win this on penalties, but is he going to win this on track? Here comes an F1 driver. F1 driver defending for his life. He's going to go to the left side. He's not just going to choose the right side. He's going to fake him to the right side, and he's going to go down the left side, and he's going to make the move, but gets sideways off the corner, and that is F1 driver coming back at him. Dive bombing slightly. These two making wheel-to-wheel racing. Remember Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel. These two are going at it. Just like
really
Webber
surprised.
and Vettel, they went at it.
I was really surprised that NUFC Ryan didn't put that in the ward on the straight. That was such an aggressive swipe to the left-hand side on the straight. And with DRS open, it really unsettles your car. But he's kept himself in this race and in this battle.
You know what he's also done? He's really kept the medium tires really within reach or whatever of not fading away too much. As Senpai and Sam Steed are going back at it. Sent by loose. Whoa! He had a big moment. I don't know if you saw that, Milo, but
No, I
that could
didn't.
have nearly ended both of them races. He. Do you know Blaze Exposure's slide or whatever out of the left-hand corner where Vettel and Leclerc
Yes.
hit the wall and qualifying? It was like that, but it was like a slide back to the right too, and that could have easily hit Sam Seed off.
Oof.
But now they are coming up on lap traffic or whatever. The racing point is in Sector 2, but later in the Sector 2 area. And now the McLaren, they're catching up. I hope the McLaren does let all three of these guys go and battle it out. But, obviously, can we see a virtual safety car at the end of this? Who knows what we could see. There are technically 12 drivers left in this race, but also 13 at the same time because of the stuff that's happened. But DRS and activated for Nufsy Ryan. He's going to go to the right side now. I saw that coming. And now, F1 driver's going to have to battle back because he knows this battle. And he goes back down the inside. And now these two are going to go at it. And these two are not going to stop. F1 driver pinching him, giving him not as much room. But Stampede with a penalty. And DW is going to come back at this. But Nufsy Ryan's going to dive it back down the inside. And these two making contact, forcing each other off the racetrack. Was that a bit aggressive for Nufsy Ryan? I don't know.
That was incredible.
Obviously, with the time penalties here from Rapalucas, if any of these drivers do get more penalties, can Rapalucas steal third place away from any one of these guys? An F1 driver is just pushing his butt off just to stay with Nufsy Ryan, because he knows if he lets Nufsy Ryan get away, he's going to just pull away by 3 seconds, and it'll create one of the biggest gaps or whatever for the win. Just like I did yesterday. But obviously, Nufsy Ryan still does have a penalty. Sam Seaton sent by FS90, going at it, and kind of just battling back. But if Iron Axe actually uses these soft tires, I don't know if he's going to catch Kogata, but I don't know. If he does make a mistake, who knows? Now, I hate to say this. I said the same thing. Oh, sorry. I do apologize. But
No,
the thing is, the thing is, like, with back in Brazil, we were like kind of, me and Vivid were hyping it up or whatever as commentators whenever we saw the racing point or whatever of Alabama Law get close to Tax and like literally DRSing him as a lap car. Will we see this with the orange McLaren or whatever of Nufsy Ryan DRSing F1 driver, one of these guys, but F1 driver back to the right side again. These two are incredible. F1 driver's going to come back to the left side, but he's going to go to the right side now. No, he's not. He did not fake it back, but DW's really giving these guys a push. F1 driver, I know these two were in a party before the race, but they're really helping each other. Nufsy Ryan's going to have not so much of an exit as F1 driver, but didn't really get the traction as much as I thought he would. But these tires are really critical to stay with. There's always, I swear, in these races, there's been a battle always for the win. France, it was a battle all race. Belgium, it was a battle all race. And F1 driver in DW, it was a battle all race. But Nufsy Ryan came back from 17th, though. And came back. Is this going to be another driver of the day for him, though? But obviously, yeah, this race is really getting critical. And this race is getting serious. F1 driver, unless they've served the penalties, I think F1 driver and DW have the same amount of penalties. They have another penalty. F1 driver, yeah, the F1 one penalty difference. So obviously anything could change with these two. But I want to mention, is Adam Fav going to help DW here? Adam Fav does have a penalty. But the thing is with him, is he going to be slipstreaming off of one of these guys just to make them nervous and just to concern them or whatever? Is he not going to be a blue flag, or is he just going to be a blue flag car that doesn't move right away? That's just my question. I'm not really trying to hype it up as in like, oh, he's going to try to crash him. I'm just trying to say that, but I'm not trying to really hype it up like that. I'm trying to say, is he going to affect these guys? Well, not really affect these guys, but is he going to battle with these guys slightly or whatever, or not move as quick? Just to concern these guys and help DW, his teammate, win this race or whatever. At least on track. I think that's might be what happened, but F1 driver gets a little bit of understeer. That is going to be something that could cost him, but he's just staying with Nufsy Ryan. Nufsy Ryan, think about it. He's 15th in the world here. He is so impressive on the time trials. Obviously, when it came to this race today, he wasn't as impressive as we thought, but that charge to the field on the medium compound tires really showed what he's a part of. But whose tires, out of the hard and the medium tires, whose tires are really going to... Oh, he does let him by. But he does try to get the slipstream, Nufsy Ryan does. And he does have DRS from this. So this is what's going to help him. But you know who's also in the best seat right now here? It's also DW. DW's kind of been saving that ERS a little bit. He is getting a little bit better ERS, but F1 driver not using it as much. Maybe waiting for the back straight. Ricochet penalty.
Oh.
Whoa, he got really close. He got really close there to him, and that could have nearly been a collision.
Went wide.
He did, and obviously F1 driver was there to pounce. He was there, and he was ready to make a move, but he just wasn't able to pass. He wasn't able to overtake. No lap cars yet, except for Callum. We could see that by the last lap or whatever, but it depends on how slow the AI actually is compared to these guys. DRS is going to be activated, and he's using that ERS or whatever to the max he can. Here he comes on the move. Is it left side, right side? Does he fake it? No, he just goes to the right side. And Nufsy Ryan pinching him with all his money, with all his momentum. We are coming to the last lap this time. Senpai SF90 has picked up a penalty. Nufsy Ryan has 2 penalties here. Hold up, I want to mention, if F1 driver served his penalties with the 5 seconds, if he served that, they're equal. They're fair to race. They can actually have a great battle toward the end of this race. This could obviously be the battle for the win if he had served it, though, earlier in the race, though. Who knows? I don't know if he did, though. So, that is something I'm looking forward to. But is DW going to help get a slipstream off of Adam?
I don't think he has served the penalty because safety car was lap 6, right? That's when they changed the tyres. The penalty came on lap 7 and he hasn't pitted since. So, I don't believe he has served his penalty.
How's DW, though? That's my question. His was pretty early, too. His was around the same time. But his was on the virtual, if I'm correct.
Okay, Dylan got his penalty on lap 6, and that's also the lap he pit on. So, I think he might have served his penalty.
Maybe. That might be interesting. And if he did, though, he's going to pass. He's going to pass F1 driver here. But DW, just let me check the penalties quickly from him. DW has 3 penalties here. If Nufsy Ryan gets another penalty, they are equal. They are fine. They are fair to race. They're equally clear. But Nufsy Ryan gaining, or not really gaining. He's pulling away a little bit more, but F1 driver is going to try one last charge. This is his last opportunity. Going around the outside. Yeah, he is. He's going to go wide, though. Sam Seed taking the fastest lap on the last lap. F1 driver going to come back at it. If he served this penalty, is this the battle we see for the win? Making contact and staying through there. That's F1 driver and Nufsy Ryan going to cross it back over. 3-car battle for this win. It may be on track, but this is just incredible to watch. These two are going back and forth at it, and DW is going to have a chance now. But coming through the final turn is F1 driver going to try anything last corner. He's going to try diving down the inside. He's going to go way down. Is he going to make it? Nufsy Ryan turns. F1 driver is going to win his second race. But Nufsy Ryan, wow. And Nufsy Ryan's ahead of DW. Came back for P2. He battled for the win. That was intense, man. Oh my god. I think you enjoyed your first race commentating this, and Haas really needing a good day to stay in this constructor fight. 4th and 5th. And Renault, they were literally last in the constructors. With Honda's bad day, they stay 2nd. On track. Nufsy Ryan, no front wing, but still passing DW. What about that finish? You would have not expected that.
That was probably the best finish to a race I've ever seen on this game, to be honest. At a track like this where sector 3 you barely can pass as much? Yeah, I think so. Like I've seen back in ILR Britain in their tier 1 back on this game or whatever. I've seen a great battle between OMGS Joe and Veloci Surprise. I've seen a great battle between them. But a 3-car battle in this position as Sam C does get the last point. I'm shaking a little bit. Oh my god. That was great. Whew. Wow. Obviously, you're going to have the voice cracks. Obviously, they're going to have that because of the fact of what an amazing finish it was. The intensity kept picking up, but I think a lot of drivers enjoyed that. The front of the field has gotten better. And he lifts the trophy. Pressured in the whole way. Like being obviously the slower car. It was a controversial move. It was.
We'll have to review that.
But I think
I'll be honest.
NUFC
I think
Ryan
that may
lost
be
it on his own.
I don't know. Because you know the traction. You know the traction he had, obviously you just don't know.
Yeah.
That's just something I always wonder. Oh, seconds and penalties just through this.
Wow.
A great gap for the win. Our closest tier 1 finish, our second closest finish ever. Wow. And I want to go to race director right now. I want to show you how consistent Nufsy Ryan was with those times, because I know how consistent he was. Watch as soon as he got in the medium tire and got into a rhythm. As soon as he got in the rhythm and started with the 136s, he stayed in those like 130, high 135s, low 136s. But those last laps he was battling, and the critical turning points, he was a little bit slower. And obviously in that last lap where he spun, obviously, oh my god. When he started battling, he got a second slower, but oh my god. What a finish that was, Milo. What do you got to say about that, though? That was incredible.
Speechless.
I am.
That 3-car fight. And the fact they kept it clean the whole way through.
And it's not like DW was, like, trying to pressure them and trying to hold one another up because of the fact, oh, he likes someone more. It was just because of the fact he knew Nufsy Ryan could, like, make a mistake like he did. He knew what could happen. And that's what happened, and just by losing by 2 seconds by them. That's what happened. I feel like there's going to be a few arguments or whatever, but like a few drivers upset with one another. Nufsy Ryan and F1 driver not really leaving each other the most of room. But obviously, wow. Obviously, there could be some penalties taken away that people had in the God Under Safety car that they had. I know there was one with DW, so he may get that taken away. The highest I think he would go is second from the penalties he wanted taken away. But what a race that was, Milo. You did not think it was going to be good like that. When you saw DW and F1 driver battling, we probably thought, I'll be honest, I thought in my head, this is not going to turn into the best race. This is going to be boring to like the last 2 laps. But oh boy, Nufsy Ryan, as soon as he caught up, that battle got insane. That was great.
Ugh.
What do you got to say about that, Milo? What do you got to say? Anything you got to say about these guys battling like this? I know you're speechless, but might be something you want to say.
Trying to put it into words. Just expected, but unexpected at the same time, because NUFC Ryan fighting through from 17th to the very final corner. It's not just it's not a case of it stopped at the last few laps, nothing else really happened. It's the final corner on the final lap, side by side, and then goes into a spin, and that was the result.
A lot of people might criticize F1 driver for what he did in FC Ryan, at least people who hang out with FC Ryan. They might criticize him for what happened, but in my own opinion about what happened, F1 driver's racing for himself right there in the position. He's racing to get Alfa Romeo the constructors lead. Think about it. Racing Point had such a bad day. McLaren didn't have a good day with the teammate or whatever. Alfa Romeo had a good day with Iron X getting like P6, I think it was. I wasn't sure on like what it exactly was, but it was like up there and a decent amount of points. And F1 driver's trying to fight for himself. He knows if he goes down the inside in the final corner and he makes Ryan have a mistake there, like he forces him into a mistake, but he doesn't like touch him or anything, or wreck him. He knows or whatever. If he dives down the inside in that last corner, he knows what's gonna happen. Nufsy Ryan knew what was gonna happen. Just leading on that last lap or whatever is something you just don't want to have. And like the battles we've had or whatever throughout the season have been incredible. Tax charged through from P5 or whatever to P2 in just a matter of 2 laps at France or whatever. And that 5 or 6 car train that we had, it kept getting smaller and smaller. But with Rapalucas and Tax, they were just near each other the whole race. They battled. They came back from starting like 7th and 8th or something like that, or 9th or 8th and 9th on the mediums. They came back to battle out in France, but Rapalucas just didn't have enough. He kind of won on track, but didn't really win necessarily off of penalties, and he was just 1 penalty short. Bahrain, it was going back and forth between Polo God and DW, but in the end, Polo God had a decent amount of penalties, and it was won by 3 seconds on track. Belgium, it was F1 driver and DW going back and forth all race like this, but it wasn't 3 cars battling. It was like when I think this was better than Belgium. If you go back and watch the Belgium stream, Milo, you're gonna think that's a great race or whatever. You're gonna think, oh my God, that battle at the front, the battle for the podium, that was great. But this was 10 times better for the finish. The intensity F1 driver was giving them. I think, you know, people might call F1 driver a bit over aggressive for this move in the last corner, but think about it. He's racing for himself. He's racing to make sure other drivers are under pressure. He's not really racing for him. He's not really racing for DW. He's not really racing for Nufsy Ryan. He's racing for himself in that situation. What he did in the last lap was something I don't think we'll see for a while for people doing. I know there's people who would dive bomb for a position or try something like that, but with how he made that stick or whatever and how he made that work, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the only word you can say. Unbelievable. I expect many more races like this to come.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that the
This-
championship is so close, and it means absolutely everything to perfect those moves, to perfect those track limits by not extending them, obviously. It's just so exciting.
Something I want to mention about the driver standings. F1 driver came into this race after his win at Spa. He didn't really have much points. He didn't really have much luck after the whole Brazil race. And really the whole last few races after Belgium, it was just Brazil mainly. That he just had the incident happen or whatever to him. He just didn't really have the good luck to score points. And if he did, it was like 1 or 2 points. He was just lucky to get enough without that. He came 27 points behind DW. F1 driver scored pole, which was an extra point. He gained 11 points on him today. Think about it. If he didn't get that 7 points in the last corner, think about what the difference could have made. Or whatever. Because obviously DW, you know, he wants to do the best he can. He came to the line or whatever, being ready to get past these guys in case they wreck. DW was ready. He was right there. And any last words you have, Milo, before I end the stream?
Just thank you. Thank you to the drivers, obviously, for that show. Thank you to you for having me here by your side to talk through that amazing race. To the warm welcome from everyone. The consideration in the chat for each other, much better than I've seen elsewhere. So.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest. Like when I had this league or whatever, and I filled up the team chart in 1 week or whatever, I thought, all right, well, we have competitive. Or as soon as I saw the first test, I was like, all right, we have competitive drivers here, but are they gonna show up all the time? Are they gonna do what they have to? You know, Bahrain was probably one of the most boring races we saw, at least for the lead or whatever. And Brazil was like one of the races where, on a technical side, we just like it was like on the battle is like, can Nufsy Ryan get there? Can he do it? But obviously through the first part of the race or whatever, there's 4 cars battling for the lead or whatever. It was like the first half at least, but then the second half just didn't get as well, and that was the same with Bahrain. It was just Polo God and DW. But oh my God, we're going into Canada next week. We're going upstate. We're going to Montreal. Think about this. Nufsy Ryan and these guys are probably great at that track. I've seen people run 107.9s in qualifying. I've heard that in DRS or whatever from Apex Ricardo when I was like talking to him and his party whenever he was in that race. There was like I was like a 107.9 in qualifying. What can we see in Canada? Think about it. Like you might not think it's a train track, but like it's not necessarily like that good passing track or whatever. It's like that track or whatever where like you have a little bit more room compared to some tracks, but at the same time it's like it's more tighter on you guys. It's like it's more tighter. It's like you have to give more room. I know. It's like you have to give more room. You have to give more respect in that type of track. That's why I'm going to warn people about the first lap next race. I want to mention just about that, though. We might have more train tracks throughout this race or whatever, but I think, honestly, if we have a safety car halfway through the race, and if it gets boring like it did like with F1 driver and DW being the only battle like it did today, I honestly think like if there's a safety car, it's really going to help maybe provide the race be a little bit better. I think Canada would be good.
Yeah.
How about you?
I agree with you. I agree. It's a bit. It's a street track. That's what Canada is. No room for error. And we saw the daring driving and overtakes today. there's obviously going to be more caution in the way the drivers prepare for next week's race, and when it comes to the race, with the safety car probability as well. And I keep going on about it, but it's a huge factor. Just keep it out of the barriers, and you're gonna get a good result.
Yeah, and obviously, like, if you have good luck or whatever, and if you just kind of take it patient around everyone on the first lap, if you kind of take it patient around most people, you'll be fine. There's obviously some people who will be there who will just like get into you, but oh my God, like, I'll be honest, lap 20, lap 14 to round 23, when that car train got like away, when it like disappeared a little bit and it only turned into like a 3-car train or 2-car train, I was like, this race is gonna get so boring unless Nufsy Ryan makes it interesting. Nufsy Ryan makes that race good. F1 driver made that race good there. NDW just being there was a part of the factor. That's what we need in a lot of these races. There is so many tracks coming up that are so many tracks like that where there are like 3 straight line tracks coming up. If you look at the schedule and go there, USA, or we passed USA now, Canada, Austria, Britain, and then Italy though. There's so many straight line tracks coming up or whatever to the point where you can just be judgmental on what goes on and really judge on what happens with this type of stuff. You just don't know what's gonna happen. You just don't know. All right, well, that's me and Milo Gaming. That's what we've got to say about this today's race, and that was great. I hope. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I hope someone I hate to brag. I'll be honest. I hate to, but I kind of feel like someone like tags the ILR league or whatever and says, "How about this finish compared to the Silverstone finish in their tier 1 this season?" You know, I want to like mess around with them, like, and just kind of like troll a little bit, like, hey man, we had a better finish than you guys. We had 3 cars in this battle for the win. You guys had 2 or something like that, you know? Well, kind of 3 in a way, for 3, like an outlier, but still. No, it was a great finish today, and I enjoyed the racing. Milo, I hope you enjoyed it for your first time commentating here.
You
gotta love it here.
Enjoyed it.
You gotta love it here already, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it or whatever. I think you'll be happy with how these races go. But that's really about it. That's all I have to say. Make sure you catch us in Canada though for the next race of the season. Tier 2 is on Saturdays, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK. Sundays, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK is Tier 1. Make sure you tune in. Obviously, we'll be having stuff going out throughout the week or whatever. More news, more stuff. Sorting will be done probably right away from Tier 2. We need to get Tier 2 sorting done, so we'll do that. Well, that's really about it. It's peace out from me and Milo. You guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the